So this is a very new programme for the organisation. We're embarking upon a massive change in our approach to quality improvement. A lot of the work that's been done in the past has been very much driven sort of top down. I think much more importantly, what this project is about asking staff locally to drive the quality improvement project. So the frontline teams, the teams who are working with service users on an everyday basis are the people that we're asking now to sort of look at the quality issues and show us how we can change things.
Quality means valuing an individual's feelings. It means trying to provide the best care for that individual needs and treating everybody as an individual.
Quality means being the best that you can be and always striving to be the best that you can be.
Bringing on the best in individuals.
It means me giving the best that I can give so people that can benefit from me giving the best I can give.
Quality to me means providing care to our patients and our service users that I would want for my mother, for my father or for myself. It's about providing care that is safe, that's person-centred and that's effective. And care that is equitable, delivered in a timely way for that patient.
Doing the best you can even when no one is looking.
Quality comes across as the best in everything. You know what I mean? And giving up your best as well.
To me, that means giving the best that I can to somebody who needs it, who can appreciate it.
Quality means providing the right care at the right time to all our patients in a consistent way and repeating it.
Okay, when I think of quality, I think of something that's of value, something that will be appreciated, something that is needed. Everybody needs some sort of quality in their life, in whatever aspect or context that may be.
The energy of staff.
That's simply care.
pretty exciting to be here in the first place. Whilst I had some understanding of what QI was all about, I think it's quite enlightening to be finally here in Wave 2, to finally get some more kind of theoretical context to what we've been talking about.
I think as a team we have lots and lots of ideas, but sometimes we're not very good at actually putting them into action and getting results from them. So I'm hoping that we'll find some practical solutions to how we can focus on one or two ideas and then really make them happen and sustain the change.
I'm expecting to get lots more ideas and really just get lots of enthusiasm and kind of energy from this group, really, to kind of give me, I suppose, inspiration in leading my team.
You know, what are the tools, how we're going to measure, how we're going to monitor it, and hopefully come up with something that is, you know, great for the patients, and the young people love it.
Well, I think what I'm expecting is to really get a comprehensive idea together of how patients are going to benefit from this.
What I hope to get out of the next few days is some knowledge and experience and some tools about how to really make change effective.
I think, in all honesty, I've got no idea what I'm expecting, but what I would say is that I'm committed to improving the quality of my service.
Yeah, it's been extremely useful for all of us, I think. I think it's really kind of like all the projects that we've had in our mind, it's kind of putting a real practical shape to it.
Personally, I think it's been very useful. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, really having just completed a master's in clinical research, but I think it's kind of easily fitted into what I've always wanted to do post my research studies.
Quite practical. It's been extremely helpful. It's just given us lots of new ideas, new points of view, and some really good tools and techniques.
I found it really helpful. I came with limited understanding of what quality improvement was already, but they took it to the next level, I think, and especially helped me to look practically as to how really I can run that from the next week on.
I think it's been really useful to learn about the theory.
They've also led to a change in thinking, change in my personal thinking of how things should work, things that can be done, the importance of systems, the importance of the people that work within the systems, and the changes that can be made. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot that we need to change as well.
I didn't expect to be as motivated for 3 days as we were.
Exactly.
And it's flown by, which I didn't expect it to fly by. And they say time flies when you're having fun, so.
It's been very dense with information, so there's probably the necessity to elucidate that stuff, go home, break it down, and then find the ways to apply it in practice. But it's been very, very useful, very important.
It's really worth doing your homework before you do come, so at least you know what some of the concepts are. Day one is very much about setting the foundation. Day two has been very practical, so we can see the whole project's coming alive. And day three, i.e. today, has been very much about the going into the measurements, the data collection, the detail. So they've layered it really nicely, but there's just a lot to take on.
I found it a really good mix of exercises and the theory.
I think for the 3 days, yesterday was a tough day for me, but now everything is coming back together for me, so I know exactly what to do with my project.
I've really valued the thinking time. I think so often we're all running around just doing things, responding, making things happen, and that's usually fairly effective, but I've really appreciated thinking time, and even already bouncing a few ideas off people informally. It's been wonderful to be with so many staff from across the Trust.
I think personally found the Run chat quite exciting because it gives you a picture of things, what the data is doing, and it allows you to sort of interpret some of the information you get.
I think what I've learned is that initially it felt quite overwhelming as a system, as a process to learn, but actually when you drill down to the details, it's very simple.
And what's really good about it is the amount of support that we've got.
I found it really useful because we've done our project already and we did it before I got this training, so actually this training has put it in so much more light. The driver diagrams have been so useful to understand where we've come from and where we're going. It's kind of inspired me and Rachel actually, who's the other lady who's done the project with me, to do more and to want to do more projects, and actually it makes it so much clearer, whereas before we were kind of bumbling through a bit. And it was exciting to do a graph. I haven't done one of those since I was at school, so I actually quite enjoyed that. But yeah, it's been brilliant.
I think I need to say that it's really great that over the last 3 days it's been about looking at what we can do and not really thinking about what the actual outcome is going to be. That was brilliant.
Well, it's still exciting, you know, more excited now than I was on the first day actually. A lot of it is really starting to make sense. And I think learning from others who've gone ahead as well has really helped make sense of where we are and what we need to be doing as well.
I think the main thing that stood out for me that I've learned is how to actually collect my data and use it, and how that you shouldn't be doing it over a month, you should be doing it in a matter of weeks.
I've been really surprised how much fun it's been. I did think it might be a bit boring as somebody who's a bit of a data phobe, lots of information about processes and data, but actually we've had lots of laughs and lots of fun and met people that we wouldn't normally meet during our day-to-day work, which I think has been really valuable.
Make sense of what we're trying to measure, why we're trying to measure it, and what we're going to do with it, how we're going to measure it.
And I think what's been really reassuring is that it's okay to fail. You try things out, you can test things out, and if you fail, you just move on to the next thing and have a reconsider. And I think there's something about the acknowledgement that your project's going to change over time. Some of the processes that you will use will look very different at the end than they did at the beginning.
And I think it's been fun more so than anything else. It's been fun. We've had paper aeroplanes flying around, so that's been, I think, one of the highlights of the actual workshop itself. So I think anyone who is interested in the training course has to definitely come to know what we're talking about. Yay!
Do it.
Definitely do it. Yes.
I think just as a service user perspective, for me it's been really useful to be involved as a service user in the training, to understand what's going on in the background, because more often than not processes come into place and you don't know where they originated from. So for me this has been really a learning curve as well. So I think I would recommend as many people to get involved as they can.
It's been invaluable. I feel like I've learned a lot. I think everyone doing it would learn a lot.
I will recommend this to every staff member in the trust because I think it will be difficult to actually effectively do quality improvement without necessarily having the knowledge base or informing the staff about exactly the thinking behind that.
I think it's just really useful to meet other people who are also getting involved in quality improvement projects and sharing ideas and finding out what else is going on, and you're not on your own, and it's quite inspirational to hear what else is going on in the trust as well. So do it!
I think the food that we get is a better quality than what we get from G4S because it's just freshly prepared as well.
I think it's given a sense of empowerment in terms of learning new skills and being independent, which should be good for them when they go back into the community. It's also brought the service users closer together as a unit, and they use it as a sort of learning experience, both for themselves and also to teach the other service users skills that they know. So it's a skill sharing progress as such.
I'm very happy that we are doing this catering, self-catering. I hope it's gonna go for a long time like this.
It's good. I think it's really good that it's happening, and I wanted to carry on as well my whole stay here. So we got, and also it's like a different variety as well. You have like tandoori chicken, then you one week you have like tuna pasta, then you have pizzas, vegetable pizzas, then we have jerk chicken, then we have all kinds of things.
It's made it a lot more comfortable, except for the fact that it's painstaking to do the washing up. However, it's much more better quality food than the G4S food, which is just frozen and reheated up. The food we cook is to our taste, to our own taste, and it's a lot more healthier and more nutrients in it.
To be honest, I'm not a good cooker. I didn't know anything, but when we start self-catering, now I know a lot, so I can cook a lot of food, and it's good for me when I discharge from the hospital. I can cook myself and I can eat,
I mean, since coming to Woodbury Ward, I've been here for the last 3-4 months, and I've lost 10 kilos.
I don't cook a lot now. I've cooked once. What did I cook? Bangers and mash. It was nice though.
I've always been quite of a good chef. The nurses that were looking after my grandfather before he passed on, they taught me how to do quite a lot of dishes. So, but I've been in hospital. The longest I've stayed in hospital recently was almost 3 years. So I've kind of lost some of my touch. So it was good that they're doing this test trial of, cooking our own food so that I can, regain those skills again, especially for when I'm going to be discharged.
When it's the cooking time, I'm happy to do it because it passes my time, and I like when my friends to eat my food, and so they can say, "Oh, we like the food," and thank you, things like that.
I'm gonna go in the kitchen a bit more. I'm actually gonna cook this weekend. This Saturday, I'm gonna do tuna pasta. Tuna pasta salad. I'm gonna actually put my name down on the board in a minute and go for it and do some washing up as well.
It makes me feel very happy, I feel very happy that when they said the food is very nice, and it makes me feel I achieved something, If
I was in charge, I'd probably just forget about the G4S food altogether and just cook more lunchtime and evening. That's how much I like it. Yeah.
So far, it's going pretty well. I think the service users have enjoyed it, and they more or less look forward to it on a daily basis. So it's a magnificent project that has been instituted.